Hey YouTube, today we're going to be doing something a bit differently. Now at the time of recording, CGC has decided to go ahead and take in submissions for video games. So this is CGC video games. So there are a few things that I wanted to go ahead and make a submission for. And as a disclaimer, I really don't know anything about video game grading as far as, how well something is going to go ahead and grade. So the only thing that I have to go off of is just looking at things meticulously and just really try to be nitpicky and then just hope for the best. And also, why am I wearing the gloves? Again, this is my first submission and I just don't want to damage anything further than it would be. But let's go ahead and see exactly what it is that I'm trying to go ahead and submit. Something that I have is Pokemon Art Academy. If you don't know about this game, this is a game that sort of shows you how to draw Pokemon, but in regards to the trading card game, just because, there's art for that, I thought that this is a neat game. I do have this one. My copy is not sealed and it's also damaged. I don't even know how that happened. I didn't really know a lot of people who picked this one up, so I kind of decided, let's pick this one up now while it's not too crazy to go ahead and pick up. Like it was more expensive than you would want to go ahead and pay for it, but I thought that this was going to be a really good pickup. So let's go ahead and see it. 3, 2, 1. Ooh, the seal is an A, just an A. Wow. Okay, so that's really interesting. I'm gonna be looking at this a lot closer just to get a better idea on exactly why this got an 8. Does it deserve an 8? Probably. Are there people way smarter than me that just know what to go ahead and grade this than I would? Absolutely. Maybe next time I submit something, well, at least maybe this could be another one that I go ahead and submit again. Maybe not this particular copy, but maybe if I get another one, I have to go ahead and see exactly what the best route is for me. But regardless, I am happy to go ahead and have this sort of game in case, and we'll go ahead and see what happens in the future for this. Okay, and then next, I decided to go ahead and pick up a copy of Pokemon Sun. It feels like in this moment of time, the Alola region games, they weren't really super popular. Like, honestly, they were kind of cool when they came out, but nowadays it feels like not a lot of people are actually too much into this. And this was one of the games that I actually bought off of the Pokemon Center directly, just because when I realized that, hey, maybe I'm going to want to go ahead and start collecting games. The Switch was already out, Sword and Shield was the current thing, so I thought, okay, well, the Pokemon Center is still selling this on their website, let's go ahead and do this. Let's just go ahead and get it from the horse's mouth. Yeah, let's go ahead and see if we can go ahead and get a copy of that. But I'm sending in 2 copies. Because if anyone knows anything about grading cards, the more copies you send, the higher probability you have of being able to get something in a higher grade. At least one of these might grade higher than the others, or maybe it might be identical. Maybe we keep something that's high grade, and maybe we sell something later just to go ahead and cover the cost of some of this, because otherwise I'm kind of paying for everything myself. But we're learning. We're learning the process. We're learning it all. Let's go ahead and check it out. Again, came from the Pokemon Center. 3, 2, 1. 9.4. Ah, no. This just got the A+ seal. I couldn't tell you exactly what was wrong with this, but I'm not really in the mood to go ahead and repurchase this game again. So 9.4 is gonna have to go ahead and do. That's all right. We do have one more, so be better. So this is our last Pokemon Sun. 3, 2, 1. 9.6. Given that I just got a 9.4, getting a 9.6. Really awesome, and the grade is A++ for the seal. This honestly feels really cool in my hands, and I'm gonna be happy to just have it somewhere. It's gonna be so cool. So if I picked up Pokemon Sun, yes, I picked up 2 copies of Pokemon Ultra Sun, also directly from the Pokemon Center. And as far as the Ultra games from the series, I was still in the middle of playing Ultra Moon, and I didn't finish just because it felt almost exactly like Pokemon Moon, except with small differences. I don't know. I didn't feel like I wanted to go ahead and play the same game all over again. But then again, I have done that with different games of Pokemon. But regardless, 2 sealed copies of Pokemon Ultra Sun. So let's go ahead and check it out. 3, 2, 1. 9.8. And the A++. This again came from the Pokemon Center. No sticker on this one, so this is quite nice and fabulous. Jeez. All right, And of course, in basic fashion, we have another Ultra Sun. So let's go ahead and check it out. 3, 2, 1. The 9.8. The 9.8. They were both 9.8. And both of them had the A++ grade for the seal. And I actually really love this just because earlier on I was looking at WADA just to go ahead and see like, can I go ahead and submit Nintendo DS games? And the answer was no. And I feel like I've been looking at this since 2020 when the whole collectible thing was just happening. So this is awesome that I can finally get my games encased, graded. Super cool. And if I had the Pokemon Sun games, of course, I have 2 copies of Pokemon Moon. And again, I'm just one person. It's not like I was doing a big buyout, but it's like, yeah, let's go ahead and see if we can get 2 copies because at some point, this is not going to be as easy to go ahead and get. Right now, it's still possible to go ahead and pick up this game, but actually not from the Pokemon Center anymore. I checked and they don't have anything for the DS or 3DS anymore. So if you wanted to go ahead and pick up a copy of either of these games still sealed, eBay is probably your best bet, but at that point, it's kind of up in the air as far as like how much that's to be trusted. Again, this seems like one of the Pokemon generations that was not as well received as a lot of other ones. The point or the hope is that later on in the future, it's going to go ahead and hit people as cool again. Because, I mean, in all honesty, there are some Pokemon games not my favorite, but a lot of people love them now. All right, so Pokemon Moon, same story from the Pokemon Center. This had no sticker on it, so 3, 2, 1. 9.4. Ooh. It doesn't really have anything on it, but like, I do remember some of these feeling at least like they were a little bit rough, but this kind of gives me a baseline to go and like base things on. So that's still pretty cool. So this is super fun because I'm doing this without really taking a look. So I did go ahead and do 2 suns, 2 moons, 2 ultra suns, 2 ultra moons to go ahead and just get a good idea on like, how do you do this? How do you do this right? So 3, 2, 1. 9.8. There is a theme. Okay, that is super nice. Yeah, I couldn't exactly tell you what separates a 9.4 to 9.6, 9.8, but on the CGC video games website, they do have a scale there where they kind of just describe what the variance is between the different ones, which is something that I'm probably going to go ahead and do after this. And you guessed it, I've got 2 copies of Pokemon Ultra Moon. So this game, I was playing on the 3DS the last time that I was actually playing on my 3DS. So the thing about this is that I ordered this from the Pokemon Center when it was still available, and it actually has a sticker in the back that I can see right now. You're going to go ahead and see in a second, but let's go ahead and see what sort of grade we get. 3, 2, 1. Okay, a 9.6. That's interesting. And there's nothing else to go ahead and tell you about the grade, but as far as the sticker I was talking about, it's right there. And you know, what are you going to go ahead and do? Again, I ordered this from the Pokemon Center website, and that's just the way that it came. That's pretty neat. So I sent in 2 copies and they both had the sticker. Let's see if there's a difference. Maybe they're identical because, I mean, why would they not be identical? 3, 2, 1. Whoa! Whoa, this is the 9.8. So this is the one that stays in the collection for sure. And then I can go and figure out what to do with the other one. But damn, that is nice. And the reason why I went for these particular games, other than it being Pokemon, is just that Pokemon games in general are just very expensive, in which case, let's at least see what we can go ahead and get while it's not crazy expensive yet, and this definitely fell under that category. And then something that actually isn't Pokemon, I picked up Breath of the Wild for the Switch. If I wanted to go ahead and pick up a more original copy, I probably would have gotten the one for the Wii U. And I suppose maybe that's still something that can happen, but I found this one on sale online. So I was like, you know what, let's go ahead and pick this up. As far as having played this game, I actually haven't, and I'm kind of embarrassed. I have nothing bad to say about Zelda games, but I just haven't played them. I have no reason to go and tell you like why I haven't played them, but at least I can have a graded copy. And if the idea is to go ahead and grade stuff and then sell them, this is an easier one to go ahead and sell because I have less of an attachment to Zelda. I have more of an attachment to Pokemon, so I thought that, you know what, let's go ahead and give this a shot. If it's on sale and it's not that expensive, let's buy it. It's sealed, and let's send it off and see where we get with that. All right, 3, 2, 1. 9.8. Jeez. Whoa, okay, this is awesome. As far as the sealed grade, it says Y-folds and then grade A++. That is neat. The case does look a little bit dirty, but you know what? It's what's on the inside that counts. Nice. Now let's get back to Pokemon. So I do have a copy of Pokemon Sword that I got recently because GameStop had a really huge sale for like, you know, at least some Pokemon games. So I thought, let's go ahead and pick this one up. I've played Sword and Shield. I'm technically still playing Shield, but I'm playing it in Spanish because I already played Sword, but in English because I wanted to go ahead and do that for some reason. I really enjoyed this game a whole lot. Yeah, this is definitely one that I want to go ahead and keep for the collection. It's, you know, it deserves to go ahead and be in the collection. A lot of people got into it. For sure. So if you're just going to go ahead and buy something from a main store, this is what you can go ahead and expect. Let's go ahead and see the grade. 3, 2, 1. Wow. Wow. A 9.8. Sealed, Y-fold, grade A+, but a 9.8, that is pretty awesome. The perfect score, of course, is a 10, but from what I understand in terms of just grading video games, 10 is just something that you don't get. Like no human touched it, only machines. And then like, how do you do that? So that is neat. A 9.8 Pokemon Sword. And of course, if you're new to the channel, Pokemon is my life. I've always been a fan of it since the red and blue days. And that's something I wish I could go out and get, but that's way, way, way above my budget. But anyways, there we go. And then along with that sale, Pokemon Shining Pearl. As far as the game that I was actually playing, I was playing Brilliant Diamond, which I still need to go ahead and play. Like literally, like a lot of Pokemon games came out not long ago. See, I'm still working on it, but Shining Pearl, this one was on sale, so I decided, let's go ahead and pick this up in today's time. And, you know, it's a neat cover. Why not? So let's go ahead and get this graded and see what we get. So 3, 2, 1. 9.8. Nice. Grade A++ for the seal as well. That is super awesome. And I'm sorry about the glare trying out this setup, but that is awesome, the 9.8. And then finally, for the last game that I'm sending in for my submission. Now, this is a game that I didn't exactly play. It's for the PS2, it's not Pokemon. Originally, this game came out for the Game Boy Advance, and then they re-brought it out for the PS2. Not my favorite game, but the whole franchise kind of really cool, kind of spot on, and I thought that the box art for this was just really nice. So this is Kingdom Hearts Re-Chain of Memories, but for the PS2. Now, going through this time, I kind of felt like the people who wanted to go and play Chain of Memories played it on the Game Boy Advance, and then at some point it came out on the PS2, but I feel like not a whole lot of people, you know, like clung on to the PS2 version, or maybe there are some people who don't even know that there was a PS2 version, but like, look at that box art, like literally anything Kingdom Hearts, as long as it's not like a collection sort of game, you know, if it's the game proper, like it always has interesting and neat box art, and this is no different, even for a game that has to do with cards and it's kind of odd. You know, like I thought that this was a neat one to have. And then this one was a little bit pricey, but in comparison to like all of my other childhood games where I'm completely priced out of those, I thought that this was a fair compromise to go ahead and get. Let's check it out. 3, 2, 1. The 9.6, the A+ seal. Either way, I think this is a really cool one to go ahead and own because I feel like this is a box art that I just don't hear anyone talk about. So this is incredibly awesome in my opinion. I would love to go ahead and just keep this for quite some time. And it's definitely cheaper than getting any of the other Kingdom Hearts sealed. So there you have it. CGC now grades video games, and it's a fairly new service, and I just wanted to go ahead and like give them a shot. So instead of just sending in a few games like I probably should have, I sent in 13 just to get a really good sample, just to be able to sort of figure out exactly what are they looking for, what is a good grading game. And I'll be honest, I still don't know, but I feel like with enough time, I'm going to be able to go ahead and figure this out a little bit more. But thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. You take care now. Bye.